Okay, so Hitmaker, so if you guys are ready, I can give a quick introduction and we'll get things rolling.
Okay, for sure. Hey everybody, I'm the Hitmaker Rex, and Hitmaker is essentially just a Web3 audio platform that me and my team have been building for a couple months now. Um, we're trying to revolutionize the music industry by prioritizing like artist rights, transparency, and fair compensation. The way that we're doing this is a little different from most other projects by us just preparing the tools and creating a lot of tools for creatives to use in their own ways rather than trying to pigeonhole them or tell them exactly how they're supposed to generate value around their audio. Um, we believe that the industry, the way that it's constructed right now, is built to benefit more so labels and the middlemen versus like the actual artists themselves. So we wanted to help them create an infrastructure where they can generate and swap value with their own communities without any middlemen, and also find ways to touch their community in ways that is relevant for specifically them. A lot of time when it comes to trying to generate value around audio here in the crypto space, me and my team feel as if a lot of people miss the mark, whether it's they create gimmicks or things like that that have to do with royalties, but necessarily doesn't like help the talent or even the people who listen. Or we feel as if people just use buzzwords and stuff to just try to create like vaporware that sounds like it's supposed to do something, but it really isn't. So at the core fundamental of what we're trying to do, we're trying to make sure that we make something that works, but something that also pushes innovation forward and rewards people for thinking outside of the box as well as collaborating. Everything is based off an audio ledger, which is validated and secured by the HMKR token, the Hitmaker token. Essentially, what this does is whenever people upload anything, it uses audio fingerprinting, my fault, to double check and make sure that everything is okay in terms of copywriting and stuff like that to make sure it's something that isn't registered already. And then once you upload that, you basically get to edit the royalty splits as well as the licensing, everything like that. And then you put it individually into your storefront so you can generate value how you feel like. Some people like to generate value in regular ways, like just, buying and selling albums or instrumentals and stuff like that. While some people might be more into, rarity systems or like um, auctions or exclusive groupings or like gated communities, stuff like that. Whichever way that artist feels as if they want to interact with their community, we're just going to allow them to do that. We're going to set it up so they have all the tools they would ever need so they can release and present themselves any way that they see fit.
Thanks, Rex. Is that your name?
Yeah, Rex.
Yeah, Rex. Appreciate the introduction there.
No problem.
Or the summary of the project there. Okay, so you guys trying to pretty much revolutionize the music industry, right? And you guys want
Correct.
to put the I guess the empower the musicians or the artists and the ways that they also earn royalty. Is that pretty accurate assessment on that?
Yeah, we're essentially just trying to help them create more ways to generate value. Because right now, if you look at even just crypto music in general, it's actually there aren't many ways to generate value in relevant ways. A lot of them are very gimmicky, and even though they sound good in theory, like it's one of those things where it's like for instance, have you ever heard of Opulus? Not
I
Audius,
have
but
actually.
Opulus. Yeah, you know how Opulus had that royalty system where it's like, if you buy this track, you also earn some of the royalties for it. Like it sounds cool in concept until like you actually buy the song, and then like the royalties only give you like what a couple of dollars or something every month. So like if that was the reason why you bought it, then like you're not it's not that good. But then at the same time, like you don't really like that song itself because you only bought the song because you thought there were going to be royalty splits and stuff like that. So what we want to do is we want to get it back to people actually enjoying music and interacting and swapping value with the music that they enjoy the most versus like trying to put a bunch of gimmicks and stuff around audio and just trying to get speculation buys off or anything like that. We want to make sure that we actually build something that's relevant and can, you know, sustain and grow its own ecosystem, if that makes sense.
It does make sense. It's actually very interesting. So usually, a project like you guys there, which right now you have some that are exists out there right now, but usually the artists is actually get the royalty or the commission. But you actually want to give back also to the people that are actually buying into the music, correct?
So the way that we want to do that personally, is based on the interaction with that specific community. So for instance, when we talk about swapping value, even though typically the artist will be receiving, you know, like some type of money or some type of token or something like that, right? The value that the customer themselves are receiving basically is just it all depends on what they personally want to receive from that artist. So like I personally work in the music industry, and I've interviewed, or like I've questioned almost like 100 artists, different ones, about some of the things that they would personally like to do for their communities and stuff like that. And come to find out, some people just really prefer to be like the first people to hear something, or be the only people to hear something, or be able to actually spend quality time around these people that they care about and that they really, you know, enjoy their music, or they want to be around other people who are the same way. They also want to collab, and they also want to network with people who, you know, have the same thought process as them. It's not always about, you know, like receiving like some type of money in return for like their communities. It's just always usually about like being able to really engage and push something further, whether they're an artist themselves and they want to collab with that artist, or, you know, they're like a producer or something like that. Like regardless of what it is, um, they just want to be able to interact and swap value with, you know, some of their favorite content creators as well. So while it might not always be like you buy a song and then you want to go flip that song for more money, even though you can do that, it's just more about interacting and connecting and making sure that you swap value with whatever creator that you're talking about at the time.
Okay, now when you say community, now are you guys building a platform, like a social platform that artists can build their own community within your platform? Or I guess walk me through the process. Let's say I'm an artist right now, right? And I make music, right? And when you say you want to reward the people that engage in with my community, what does that mean? Like go in depth, like how does that work? What community are
I
you
mean,
talking
it's
about? Like,
different for everybody, but I'll just give you an example, for instance. So let's say that you're a producer, like you're a Grammy Award winning producer, right? Like you're no joke. But you have a community. What you could do, or like what, like for instance, one of the guys that I'm talking to right now, who when he comes onto Hitmaker, this is what he'd like to do. He'd like to have certain loops and certain instrumentals available to the public, but then he also wants to have a gated community, so anybody who's either bought from him before, or that he has in like his special little small community, like he'll have a certain NFT, like they get access to basically all of his beats. But it's like the thing is, you have to be sanctioned by him, or he has to allow you, you know, to join in his inner circle, so you can see all of his work, and you can collab with him. You can create derivative works of what he has going on, and he does it in a permissionless way, so you don't have to pay him right away to use his stuff. You can use his stuff, but because of the royalty splits and everything like that, anytime there's a buy, a sell, or a stream, he receives monetization back regardless. So what he does is, for the people who care most about him, or the people who are in his inner circles, he allows them to use anything that he has, while he's not losing any money, because anytime that they use it or they create any derivative works or anything like that, his royalties are still carried on as well. So for his community, that's what he feels like swapping and generating value is, versus with somebody else. Like I know this one artist who all he wants to do is auction off his quote unquote super rare songs, or songs that people genuinely do want, because they used to listen to snippets and stuff like that too on his socials, but he never actually released a song. So he wants to release the song, and he's just like, I mean, even if they give me like 1,500 or something like that. Like I'll release a song, and anybody who put in any type of money to receive the song gets it, but they also get personal licensing rights, which essentially means that you can use that on YouTube or TikTok or anything like that, and he can see it and then actually still allow you to monetize those videos, even though they're using his copyrighted music. So, like I'm saying, they're like the situations are literally infinite, and that's why sometimes it's a little hard to explain. But I think you see what I mean. Like the artists themselves set the parameters.
Right. So now I guess my question for you is how, like, what part do you play? I guess how do you facilitate this process? Apparently, you guys are building this platform uh, on Web3, which is through the blockchain, correct? And so what you said, an example you give me right now, I feel like, what if there's the question says, what if somebody's asking says, that could be done, uh, I guess, in real life, right? If an artist just whatever they want to put out an incentive for whatever their community to earn, etc., whether that's to raise awareness to the social media, whatever, through NFT. Uh, so I guess the question is, how do you, I guess, what makes the artist want to go to your platform? How do you facilitate that process? I guess how do you make it more efficient for them?
Well, I mean, first, it's way more efficient because when we're talking about licensing and royalties, I work in the music industry. It literally takes you weeks to months to receive your licensing and royalties. So the fact that you can do it instantly on Hitmaker is one thing. Second, when you compare us to other crypto platforms, we're the only ones who are looking to actively help people generate value for themselves, as well as giving them ways to like really take advantage of licensing and royalties. I don't really see anybody else doing that. And there aren't any clear ways for you to get paid unless you somehow, or like, unless you're trying to sell your NFT to other people. And then from there, like, they're trying to sell your NFT to somebody else. Like, they're not actually enjoying the music or. So to me personally, it's really the culture that's going to be surrounding my platform, as well as the fact that you can actually receive value. You can't receive value in like 99% of these audio protocols out right now. So I mean,
Okay. All right. So now, what is your background in the music industry, Rex?
I started off as a videographer for Sauce House Records, which is a boutique of Interscope. And then eventually, as I kept working with them, I started to do a lot of freelance work with Interscope Records itself. And then eventually just started working with um, a bunch of different people as my network kept growing and growing, and more and more people saw what I was doing. I also started to do social media management and stuff like that as well for boutique labels under Interscope as well. Just working with a lot of different artists and their managers and stuff like that. So it was really fun. But then, like, I realized that I didn't really like a lot of the stuff that goes on in the music industry. And then I took the time to make sure that I kept talking to all of these artists and stuff like that as well, so I could understand exactly what they wanted, and then just build a product for it.
Okay, so you're just not a regular Joe Blow. You've been into music industry
For
for
about
a very
five
long
years now.
time.
5 years now,
Okay,
yeah.
when you say Interscope, that's not the Dre's label, is it?
Now, Interscope Records, yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Really, really,
Yeah,
and Dr. Dre.
I mean, yeah, Interscope. So, but the thing is, like I said, when I first started, I worked under Sauce House, which is Pierre Bourne. Pierre Bourne is a Grammy Award winning producer. If you've never heard of him, he's worked with people like Kanye, Lil Uzi, Cardi, if you know who those people are. But yeah, that's where I started. That's who really got me into the music industry.
Yeah, I know those guys are. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean, Dre is the legend, right? I mean, it's funny because I just literally just listened to his show here with him and Snoop and 50 Cent here. It was on some kind of I'm not sure what show it was on, but very recent. But man, I tell you what, man, they've been putting out some hit records for sure. I think they're working on a new album here very soon as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, yeah. Okay. So now your platform is strictly through the blockchain, correct?
Yeah, so we use it's built on Scale Chain. The Scale Chain is essentially an L2 that sits right on top of Ethereum. So we can take advantage of the liquidity and everything on Ethereum while also having the scaling and the gasless transactions of the Scale blockchain. So essentially, this just makes it so all of the royalty splits and everything can happen in the background without accruing crazy gas taxes or anything like that that traditionally could happen if I did it on any other L2. So by working with the Scale Chain also is partnered with us. They gave us a grant as well. So I'm KYC through them as well. So like yeah, no weird shenanigans going on here. They already saw the vision, they understand what I have going on, and they believe in me and my team as well. So they're backing us 100%, and we're using this L2 to make sure we can build a really cool front-facing marketplace for people who are, in Web 2, people who aren't necessarily used to Web 3. They will be able to take advantage of the marketplace for Hitmaker because there won't be any, gas fees or anything like that. And it'll be easier to onboard a lot of people just because of the way that we're going to build the marketplace.
Nice, nice. Okay, from what I can, what you told me is pretty much to sum it up. You really want to put the control back to the artist and give them more power to, I guess, be creative and innovate and ability to earn the royalty, right? And I think that's what you're really trying to set yourself apart from other platforms that exist today. Correct?
Yeah, I mean that's a good way to say it, but I feel like it's really generic to say it that way because that's what all of them say.
Hmm.
So what I will really say is we're more so dedicated to getting these people the tools and the ways for them to actually express themselves exactly how they want to. And then on top of that, we're also giving them ways to protect and also generate value, protect their ownership over, everything that they have and to also generate value as well. Because at the end of the day, like, none of this could be worth it if there was no way for them to monetize it or like any legit way for them to build a community or innovate together as well. So I mean it's really the culture that we're bringing, as well as making sure that people understand all these clear paths for them personally to be useful for the entire ecosystem and to just keep pushing music forward. So yeah.
I think that's what you said. I think that's actually very important. There is to provide a clear path, right, for the artists, right. I guess that their vision, the end vision for them, and to help them grow. I think that's actually going to be very important. But it seems like, yeah, man, it seems like you do have the experience in the music industry already. So I don't doubt you. I mean, you're just not another Joe Blow that just want to launch another project. You actually came from the music industry, working with some big artists before. So yeah. Now where we at in the project? Where we at? Pre-sale? Its launch? How
Yeah,
many
so
artists have you onboarded?
it launched about the token itself launched about a week ago. We have onboarded a lot of artists, but the thing is, we're not necessarily like rushing to like drop every, like, in crypto is a little interesting. They want you like to give all of your like your news or like all of your teasers and stuff right away. So like we do have a lot of people who we have on the roster right now, or at least are very open to doing things. We just have to talk about a couple more things. But the most important part to us personally is just making sure that the development is on track and everything. In order for us to even qualify for the grant, we had to have an MVP. So we already have something built. I'm more focused on like the UI, making sure everything looks really nice right now, as well as like creating some of the first use cases and like the ways that people can try to generate value. Like, I was talking about the rarity systems and auctions and stuff like that as well. So just kind of setting up a couple of those and making sure that they work. So when people do actually finally use the app in the next couple of weeks, like, it works. If anything, it's just us adding bells and whistles. I'd rather do that than, trying to add everything right away and then stuff just like doesn't work. So um yeah, so we're just more so concerned with just making sure that all of the tools and stuff that we have available in the beginning work, and then we just talk to the community and figure out everything else they will need or that they want, and we just do it for them.
It sounds good. So you launched the project around a week ago. Now, how is that going? And also, are there any vested tokens left that we should know about?
Yeah, so when the token released, the team, we didn't take any tokens. The split was literally 95% liquidity, 5% to our ambassadors and advisors. So we actually didn't have any tokens to begin with, and there's only 300 million tokens. It's impossible to create any more as well. This is just a commitment for us to the community to let you guys know that there will never be any unvalued Hitmaker coins or tokens. Any tokens that you've seen have been sold or bought already. We can't just like come in with any like new value or anything like that. We can't do anything like that. And then on top of that as well, we're making sure to at least, we're constantly systematically buying back because hopefully by the end of this year, we want to make sure that we own around 15 to 20% of our own token. And the way that we do that is we literally will buy the bags from the community like we don't care. We think that that's the perfect show of confidence, just to show people that our coin or our token is a commodity and we literally want as much of it as we possibly can get our hands on. So we're always systematically buying back, and then once the marketplace is completely finished as well, it has both systematic burns and buybacks set up within it. So around 1% of every purchase will end up getting bought back, or every 1% of everything that comes through there will end up being bought back. So we will always have some kind of positive pressure on the token while there isn't any. Well, sometimes there are sell pressures, of course, you can't stop that, but there won't be, any crazy sell pressures around, vested tokens or anything like that. So
So interesting. So you said so you guys do not have any allocated team token when you guys launch the project or currently right now.
yeah, I mean, we have some now, but we bought some. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, we had to actually go on market and buy some
Mhm.
from
Right.
Uniswap the same way you did. So yeah, so we do have tokens now, and we're still buying tokens. But yeah, when we started off, we literally started off with 0 tokens. Impossible for us to dump on you.
Okay. Wow, that's interesting. Now, when you say 1%, now I assume that when you're talking about a tax, right? So let's talk about that. What are the taxes like?
So the taxes right now are at 5%. When it started, it was at 6, and after April 11th, it will be at 4%. Those taxes are essentially operations, um, and everything that we do, So because we don't have any tokens, we have to make money somehow. So we make money off of the transactions, and we use the transactions to pay for development as well as like advertisement and team and stuff like that as well. So um, that's the same way that the marketplace work as well. We will have like some sort of subscriptions and stuff for, like the Web2 people. But there will be ways to secure value and do all that stuff just in the Web3 sense, without like any subscriptions or anything like that. But we'll talk about that more as time goes on. But
5% in, 5% out. What percent is going to development or going to the team?
it's just the way that it is right now. It's 4% for us. 1% goes to proof. Proof is the token factory we launched with. Essentially, they already audited the contracts, they audited everything, and like I said, it's 4% just for operations. So it's everything. We just kind of use it to pay for everything. It's not necessarily like 1% is for this and then 1% is for that. It's just as stuff comes, we take care of it.
Okay. So 5%, okay, 4% go to proof, so whoever that is, and 4% go to development and operations. And you guys are building out a marketplace, okay. Um, is there any sort of revenue that'll be essentially coming back into the investor? So let's say I was to buy the token right now. I guess the question is like, what value? Like, is there anything that kicks back ultimately back to the investors, the holders?
I mean, if they operate a node, then yes, because they're helping validate the network, and they would get paid for that. Um, as long as you stake your tokens, yeah, yeah, there's stuff that comes back to you, as well as like if you support from the beginning, and you find your own niche or community to be a part of, and you contribute actively, for sure there'll be something for you as well. But for the most part, just helping to secure the actual network so people can buy and sell and do everything else that they want to do while also protecting their ownership and their copyrights and stuff like that. Um, yeah, you get paid. So
And that's still open. The nodes are still open. And what is required? How many tokens are required in order to partake in
the
that?
nodes, we're still testing them and stuff right now just to make sure everything is perfect. But the way that we're thinking about it right now is you know, because we only have 300 million tokens, we do have to make the amount needed to be a node a smaller amount than what I originally wanted to do. But it'll be a good amount. It won't be anything crazy for sure. It won't be as much as you think, but at the same time, um, it does need to be enough. And then they also have to stake it as well, so they won't be able to touch it while they're receiving the reward. So
Okay, yeah. Okay, all right. All right, sounds good. All right, sounds good, Hitmaker. I love the name, I love the logo. Very creative in the logo there, man. It's
yeah,
a like a
thank you.
desk on it.
I took a long, yeah, it took a while to create it. Sometimes people just like, oh, it looks simple, and it's like, yeah, it does, but like just the concept behind it, and like the amount of times I had to restart while trying to create that, it was pretty nuts. But I think I came across something that I really like, enjoy, and I feel like it communicates how we feeling.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. I think, I think having the right logo is important. And I love simplicity, right? I think this says the ultimate sophistication is simplicity, right? I think that's really true. Um, Look at the Nike sign, right? Just a check. But
Yeah,
actually dissect
exactly.
what it means behind it, right? Just do it, right? Just do it, man. The three words there are very simple, but in real life, it's actually very hard to do for a lot of people, right? Just do it. So whoever thought of that is actually very sophisticated in the way they think, but somehow they made it very simple, and that's the whole, uh, that's the beauty about it. And
Yeah,
your logo is awesome. It reflects what you guys are doing.
appreciate that. Appreciate that. But yeah, man, we're just working. So, um, probably sometime in the next 8 to 9 weeks is when the marketplace itself will actually come out. We probably could have it come out faster, but I believe in quality. We only have one time. You only have one time to make a good first impression, right? So um, we have to make sure that we crush it from the very beginning. Like we can't fuck around. So um, we know we only
Right.
really have one chance to really catch everybody by surprise. So we want to make sure that when we do it the right way. So
All right, sounds good. I got two questions left for you. So I guess, with every single project, especially with you guys, with what you're doing, and knowing that you've been in the music industry for a long time, so you have a lot of connections. But going forward for this project here, what is the plan for onboard artists and pretty much just to get the adoptions for this project? What is the strategy?
yeah, like I was saying, so I'm already connected with a lot of labels. Typically, when you bring on board a label or a large collection like that, you're not bringing on one artist, you're bringing on like 32 of them. So we will have like situations like that where we bring on large casts at one time, that all have their rights with the same people. And then like I'm saying, I already have a lot of connections with a lot of people already. So they've all already said they will do it. All that matters is, are they bringing their entire discography, or are they bringing like an album or two? Like, what are they bringing? Yeah, that's the only thing that's mattering right now. But they've already said they'll do it. So, like, onboarding artists, or at least the bigger ones, is easy. And then obviously, as people see larger artists and people in their communities join Hitmaker, they will eventually come and check it out as well. So.
Okay, so one last question for you, Rex, is I know it's a tough question, but if you have to pick one thing that has the most value for investors to invest in, what would you say that be?
I would just say the way that we handle ownership, the fact that people can create derivative works of your work and you still get paid for it, while they still get paid for it as well. The fact that you can permissionlessly set up exactly how you want things to be distributed if anyone was to ever come and do certain things with your music or your audio. And then the fact that people can come and do it, because that just, it creates a new level of innovation that just doesn't really exist.
Great answer. All right, Rex. Well, I appreciate you coming here for the Ego Stand today. So for those that are listening, if you guys like what you guys hear, my team just posted a summary of their banner. On that banner, there's their social media links, including their TG, Twitter, etc., website. Make sure you check them out, follow them, and if you have further questions, join the community and ask further questions. Rex, thank you so much for being here. All right, guys. Well, we have the next project here. So I think the next one we have is Bill Sphere. Now, my team says that they're here, but so if you're listening, if you're here, raise your hand so I can see you, so I can unmute you. Let me check my DM really quick here. There you go. I see Bill Sphere. Hey, Bill Sphere, Dave. I just unmuted you. Hey, Bill, if you're speaking, we cannot hear you.
Okay, I'm back now. You can hear me?
Hey, Rex, welcome back.
Yeah, I couldn't hear you. You had cut out.
Oh yeah, no, we are just wrapping up your project. I said, thanks for being here. Is there anything else you wanna last word for us until before we go to the next one?
No, man. It's just check us out. Go ahead and join the Telegram. Just even if you just want to see what happens, you don't want to contribute right away. That's cool. Just tap in and see what's going on with us. But yeah, no, I don't have anything to
Awesome.
say.
Yeah, thanks, Rex. That's just out of curiosity. Looks like it seems like you're from the States. What part of the States are you in?
I'm from Atlanta, so I'm in the
Atlanta.
southeast. Yeah, southeast United States.
Awesome, brother. Awesome. Thank you so much for being here, man. And yeah, sounds very interesting, and I wish you the best of luck.
For sure, appreciate you.
All right. All right, Bill Sphere, if you hear us, we can't hear you. I
Yeah,
just
I'm here.
unmuted you. Okay, perfect,
Yeah,
perfect.
I'm here.
All right, how's it going?
Pretty good, pretty good.
Awesome, awesome. All right, guys. Well, the next project we have is Bill Sphere. And so with that being said, Bill, you have, we have a last project. Usually we have at least three projects. So, that's the reason why we can go a little bit further. So yeah, the
Mm.
floor is yours, brother. Go ahead and give us an elevator pitch and we'll go from there.
Yeah, hello everybody, and my name is Imre, the developer and the founder of the now called BuildSphere. This project really started in the summer of last year, but we needed to migrate a few times because of some problems. So we are end up now in BuildSphere. That's tested out for every reason that there can come in our way that we can move on. We are basically a utility project with rewards in Binance Smart Chain. We offer USD rewards and we constantly develop new things, but we mostly we're goal is to provide a safer environment to our utilities. So I can go a quick try through them, and if anyone has any questions about them, later can ask. The side utilities are like our lottery. That's based on the smart chain. and it's handled by the smart contract. So there are no human interventions in there, and the security is set so no one can predict the results. So it's total randomness. Our workshop, where we offer the different utilities for project. Basically, they can come us. We can make something they want in every chain. Then we have the usual NFTs, staking dApps. There are NFT marketplace with a little add-on coming under development. I hope it will be done in a week or two. And our main goal is to provide build sphere Launchpad, what we mainly wanna push, and we are building. And we are different from the other launchpads because we offer not only the contract or something, we offer the contracts, we offer the liquidity for projects that they need, and all the support before launch, at launch. But at the end, we are not responsible for the result, but we offer them the tools that they can start, especially from the new people who want to try this, but they don't have the skills, maybe don't have enough funds to fund the start of the project. And we take a little small fee of it and a small tax to our project to build us.
Okay, thanks for that introduction there, Bill. Yeah, so it seems like you guys are building an ecosystem that involves with I guess a lottery as well, and also you have a place called the BuildSphere where you have developers to help with Web3 development. Am I hear that correctly there?
Yeah, we offer that service because everybody who has been in space knows how much the usual costs are if you turn into a company or some developer. The costs are quite insane. So for my opinion, but we have partnered with a lot of different developers, and we can offer them with reasonable price.
Okay, and also you are building out a Launchpad as well.
Yeah, that's our main goal to provide, but it's at the moment it's manual. It works manually, but at the end point we want to develop it to automatic process, but it's a hard and long development because it needs all the handling of the funds, the different variations of that, and no vulnerability.
Okay, so ultimately, what you want to do is pretty much a Web3 service provider. Uh, whether for developers to launch a project or to help in just developing Web3 needs such as contract, etc. Correct?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
Well,
okay. And the lottery side of it is just for fun, right? And the lottery side of it, it's just like an extra for fun.
yeah, because the big utility takes a long time to fully automate. So we develop small side utilities, so we can show that we're still here, we're developing, we are growing, and everything we do will be the safest version, like the lottery version. Because most of the lotteries you see in this space goes through the wallets, through API keys, through all that. But our goal was to make a lottery that's only handled by a smart contract, and no one can withdraw, can add, can't do anything with it.
Having a successful Launchpad, um, I mean, you can make a lot of money doing it, right? And we've seen it through different launch pads right now. Uh, Very lucrative aspect of the Web3. But also regarding, Web3 developments, right? Whether that's contract, etc. Now we have a lot of launchpad right now that you can literally go in there and pay for like one BNB, whatever, have an ETH, and you're able to generate a contract, but not necessarily customize a contract, right? So I think as the space evolve, you will see that there's going to be a lot more sophisticated contract that maybe an automation cannot do it, right? Like such as you see on regular launch pads right now, where it does it automatically. So I think as the space evolve, I think having a platform where you have a bunch of experienced developer that's able to write a contract, you know, based on the project's need, I think that's going to be very crucial. So I think if you guys are doing that right now, I think you guys are positioning yourself in the right way for the space as it evolves.
Yeah,
Now,
yeah, exactly.
are you a developer yourself, Bill? Are you a developer yourself, or is this something that you will assemble the team?
Mm, I'm learning most this thing myself too, but the hard part when it goes to the extreme contracts or developments, then I have some more developers who I work with. But smart contracts and all that I am learning myself too, and the basic simple ones I can manage already. So learning along the way as building.
Yeah, yeah. The space evolves so quick as well. Now let's talk about the Launchpad. It seems like ultimately that's going to be your end game there, your end goal. Where are we at on that?
Launchpad is it's operational, been operational all time, but it's at the moment it's done manually. Basically, we have the form in the website that you can fill. What's your exact needs? Uh, how much liquidity? And the one thing that we offer that I don't know if anyone offers that is we offer the liquidity for a project, contract and the liquidity. So they pay one small time fee, and if they want to extend the liquidity later, then they pay 10% of the amount of the liquidity, and we extend that. But they can always use that, and later they have the option to pay out the liquidity if they want to, and so on.
Wait. So wait, did I just hear that you provide the liquidity for the project?
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
We have
like walk me through the process. How does that work? So let's say if I raise I want $50,000 in the LP, right? For my liquidity. You guys will literally fund the liquidity, like $50,000?
$50,000 is quite much, and I don't know, but we can go around in ETH is around 1 ETH or more, and in BSC it will be like 1 to 5 for a project BNB.
That's interesting. That's actually very interesting. Okay, so you guys are willing to provide the LP. I guess there's a limit of how much the LP is. So I'm assuming that usually smaller projects, right? Like very small projects.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
right.
We have three different options for the no basic the liquidity providing is the first one is that we just put up the liquidity, and the second one is that developer puts up the request of the project. We put up the sale. Basically, people can put the money in the liquidity. Like they want to invest in the liquidity, like they do in pre-sale, but they invest in the liquidity, and liquidity will be locked with 100% of tokens. So the end result will be the project goes on, starts. There will be 1% tax to the different wallet, and that wallet will be the tax to the liquidity providers. So they will get weekly revenue share depending on the percentage they put in to the liquidity. And at some point, every project will end, the liquidity unlocks, and they receive the exact amount back.
Okay, okay, okay. So it's not necessarily you guys that provide the LP 100%, but the community uh, can input into the LP, then earn that LP transaction fees. So that's
Yeah,
very basic. Right? That's very basic. I mean, like, so with every project right now, every single project right now, if you guys want to provide LP, whether that's through Uniswap or PancakeSwap, you're able to do that as well, and you earn a fee based off on how much LP you input. So that's very basic stuff, right? I mean, there's nothing really
yeah,
new there.
yeah. No, but basically, yeah. If you wanna put in basically the pencil swap, you have to buy the tokens and then provide the liquidity. But in here, you just put in the amount, and then you get the exact amount back that you put in later on. But on the way, you will earn the percentage of the revenue.
Okay, okay, yeah. Okay, so instead of going through PancakeSwap, etc., you guys have a platform where people can officially just go ahead and say, "Hey, I want to input this in the LP," and you guys will handle the back end of it. You guys will convert that into the LP token, and you guys allow those people to earn the percent according to their input.
Yeah, exactly. Basically, form like a pre-sale form. So, like you see everywhere that they can just buy tokens with pre-sale, but then they can provide the liquidity for the project, and then they know that 100% is locked, then they will get that back. So, yeah.
Now, when do you foresee this full launch pad like 100% complete? Because when you're talking about a launch pad, right, a successful launch pad, it will require you know connections to influencers or great call channels and the marketing aspect of it. Because you got to bring eyeballs into the project that are coming to your launch pad, right? So there's a lot of work involved, and I understand that. But when do you foresee everything will be done, like completely done? Um, what's the time frame on that?
Everything completely done. I expect it in around May. So
May.
we should be, yeah. Then it will be the start of the meme seasons, and we're hoping to get everything done by then. But we are still operational in the meantime, but just manually.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so that's 3 months from now. But as you know, I think I'm pretty sure you're fully aware of all the aspects that come with a launch pad, right? Because you're talking about like having a system in place for developers to connect with, let's say, channels like us, right?
Yeah,
Partnership with
yeah,
marketers, partnership with auditor, partnership with sex exchanges, partnership with. So there's a whole 9 yard that needs to be in place, right?
yeah,
For
yeah,
projects to be successful. Okay, sounds good. All right, so 3 months from now, and so you're looking at 3 months from now, you guys able to implement all that in around 3 months, you think?
yeah. And to the point that we have the fully functional website app for that, so it will all be automated.
Nice, nice. Okay, awesome, guys. And you also working on a little department that you have experienced developers that are able to build custom contract for every project that comes into your launchpad.
Yeah, exactly. All the Launchpad contracts are handmade when they don't want any basic. When they want basic contract, that will go. But if they want something more special, then it will be all done hand.
Right. Okay, sounds good. Now, where are we at? Is the project launched already, and how long has it been?
Uh, Basically, we have, like I said, we have been around the wrong time. Uh, 9 months from teenage now. Started last year June. So we are slowly building things up, community up. We had to migrate first of the end of the last year because of were highly connected to BUSD as the rewards. So we migrated to another name, another contract, and we hit another stepping stone was what was the name. What we discovered in the higher market cap that it was trademarked a couple of years ago by some small crypto company. And then we did a fast migration again, and now we are here and basically, yeah, 9 months.
I got myself muted for a second there. Okay. All right. So the project's been around 9 months. We're looking at according to your time frame, 3 months from now, the launch pad should be fully functional. And how was it launched 9 months ago? Was it a stealth launch?
Yeah, pure stealth launch. 100% tokens in the liquidity and then go. It was a small launch because I don't like the hyped one. So we started off small with some people, and we are building and building the community to steady ground.
Well, I respect that. I mean, yeah, usually stealth launch, you guys don't really have a capital to really spend on development, right? For you guys to be still here after 9 months and still working on the project and have this ambitious goal to have a fully functional launchpad in 3 months and building other aspects of the project as well. That's commitment. That's commitment.
Hmm.
So usually stealth launches, man, it's tough, right? Because you don't have the capital to really run with anything, right? You has to slowly build, and looks like after 9 months, you guys are still building. So that says a lot about you, your commitment to the project, and so I respect that a lot. But it is a long and difficult journey, because I don't know your project. Usually, I look at the project in depth, with a full MA, if there's a full
Hmm.
MA. But to be honest, I
Yeah,
have not looked at it yet. From what you can tell, from what I can hear, it is a tough, long journey just because you don't have the capital with the stealth launch. So I don't even know what your charge is like, but I cannot imagine that it's going to be. It's too big, because due to the stealth launch. So I respect your commitment, though. That shows me about you and your team.
thanks. Well, yeah, it's not been easy because if you are familiar with this space, then a lot of hype people just passes on to the another project, and so you have to keep maintaining it. So basically alone at we are 2 or 3 members for some time to get the things going again up.
100%, man. 100%. I respect that a lot. Usually, stealth launch is very tough, right? Very tough because the team just doesn't have any capital to work on anything. So literally, they have to literally put out the time, the effort, right, trying to build anything. So it's tough, very tough. But 9 months, as you can see, 9 months after the launch, they're still here, trying to build. Um, because usually other people, because the barrier to launching a project is very easy. Most people, 99% of the people in the space will literally start a new project, right? And trying to hoping they hit the lottery, launching a meme coin, etc., and get the money and run, right? And usually that's
Yeah.
what you see in the space. So you don't see a lot of people actually stick around 9 months, especially working on a project that's literally do not generate revenue, because it's tough with the stealth launch. So I respect that a lot. All right, sounds good, Bill. Well, I appreciate you being here for this Eagles Den session. Is there any last word that you want to leave with our community?
Yeah, just come and check us out and look around. And if you have any questions, then I'm always available in Telegram. So, and if I'm sleeping, then someone else can knows all the answers.
Sounds good, brother. Yes, so their banner is also, let me check a room really quick here, but it should be posted in our chat room as well. So make sure you guys join there. I'll tell you what, guys, if you guys join the Bill Sphere and also Hitmaker, we will go over there and pick one winner. Join the TG, okay? Just give a meaningful feedback, okay? Do not spam. One meaningful feedback, and we'll go there and pick a winner over there as well. But thank you so much, Bill, for being here, and I wish you the best of luck. And I love your your commitment and you know your devotion to the project. 9 months is a long time. I can only imagine how you know what that's like having no money and still building after 9 months. I respect that a lot.
Yeah, thanks, bro. But I'm stubborn, so I keep on going.
Stubborn. I love that. I love that. Me too sometimes.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, guys.
Okay.
Well, yeah, thank you so much, Bill. And I appreciate your time. And make sure you guys, if you guys, I mean, it's obvious that if you guys invest in this project, have patience, right? But again, I always say invest in the people, right? When I look for a project, I always like to invest in the people that are behind it. Bill comes across to me that, you know, he's going to be here for a long time. So even how slow it is, he's going to keep on working on it.
Yeah, definitely. I'll be here this next year, same time too.
All right, brother. Well, I hope to see you back again soon with a lot of updates.
Yeah, of course.
All right, you know what, Bill? I'll tell you what though, since we usually do a giveaway for the listeners, so if you can just scroll down or scroll up, just pick anyone randomly as a winner for listening to this AMA. That'd be great.
You mean in your chat
Yeah,
or?
yeah. Like right now, people that listen to the voice right now,
Mm,
just anyone.
anyone? Lotus Tower.
If
Just.
you can go ahead and yeah, give if you can just DM me the username, that'd be awesome, brother.
Mm,
So you click on the
okay.
name and grab the username and DM me, so that way I can do a recap and also reward them. Make sure I reward the right person here.
Yeah, I'll send to the. Yeah, I'll send to the name that I chose.
What is the name again?
Uh, Lotus Lava.
Okay, Lauder Lau. Well, congratulations. Thanks for listening to the AMA. All right, guys. Well, that wraps up our Eagles Den for today. Usually we have three, but the last one just backed out, and which is awesome because it allows other projects to actually speak more, right? Present the project more in depth. After this, guys, just for fun, we're gonna go ahead and do a random number, 1 to 150. Just random number, okay? 5 guesses only, like always, and we'll give a $10 winner. And also, we do have another $10 winner if you guys go there, join the TG, and just give a meaningful feedback. All right, guys. Well, I appreciate you all being here for this Eagles Den. That was an awesome Eagles Den. Thanks, Bill, and thanks, Rex from Hitmaker. And we'll see you guys on the next one. Thank you so much. Bye bye.